Hello everyone, and welcome to this walkthrough of the Regression Testing add-on. This tool helps you track changes in your child site's code so you can catch issues introduced by plugin updates, theme modifications, or manual edits before they become bigger problems. To get started, open your MainWP dashboard, go to Add-ons, and select Regression Testing. This brings you to the Regression Testing dashboard, where you'll see all connected child sites and their scan results. Each site in the list shows its name and URL, and next to it you'll find a change percentage column that indicates how much the site's HTML has changed since the last scan, a comparison time frame showing when the last 2 scans took place, and a settings mode indicator to show whether the site is using global settings or custom configurations. Let's look at the settings page. This is where you configure how scans are performed. By default, the add-on scans the homepage, but you can specify a different page by entering its URL slug. You can also set custom highlight colors to mark added or removed content in the difference views. To reduce false positives, you can exclude specific HTML elements like headers or footers. If needed, you can enable tracking for CSS and JavaScript files to monitor changes in style sheets and scripts. However, enabling this may increase scan times. If there are files or directories where you don't want to track for CSS and JS changes, you can exclude them here. If you enable post-update automatic scans, a scan will run after a plugin, theme, or core update, and if the change percentage exceeds your set threshold, you'll see a fire emoji in the update modal. Let's take a look at how this works in action and switch over to the updates page. Here we will run some plugin updates across several child sites. Let's select them and click Update Selected Plugins. As the updates run, regression scans are performed in the background. After the process is finished, you will see 2 sets of icons. First column shows information about the update process, and the second about the regression testing. If a site's changes cross the set threshold, you'll notice a fire emoji next to it so you will never miss when breaking changes occur. For sites whose changes do not cross the threshold, you will see a green check mark. Clicking on the icon in the regression testing column opens the last scan results in a new tab, allowing you to examine exactly what was modified. In this particular example, we see that most of the front page has changed because almost all of the content has been marked with a green color, which means that those parts are new. From here, you can also view these changes in raw HTML format and changes to the CSS and JavaScript files if you have that option turned on. Let's now continue with the settings page overview. You can also schedule scans to run automatically, daily, weekly, twice a month, or monthly. If you prefer manual scans, you can trigger one anytime from the regression testing dashboard. To stay informed, enable email notifications. Set a change percentage threshold, and if a site exceeds it, either during automatic or manual scans, you'll receive an email alert. Now, let's go over how to review scan results and switch back to the regression testing dashboard. When you open the ellipsis menu next to a site, you'll see options for comparing the data. The raw HTML diff view shows a side-by-side comparison of the site's HTML, with removed elements on the left and new content on the right. This helps detect missing sections, code injections, or structural modifications. For a more visual approach, the rendered HTML diff provides a before and after comparison. This is useful for spotting layout shifts or missing content. Keep in mind that due to security restrictions, JavaScript execution is blocked, so some elements relying on external scripts may not display accurately. If you enabled tracking for CSS and JavaScript files, the enqueued files diff lets you compare changes in those files. This helps you identify updates to style sheets and scripts that may have affected the site's design or functionality. From the same ellipsis menu, you can trigger a manual scan on that site. To trigger scans in bulk, either select the desired sites in the table and then select Scan Site from the Bulk Actions dropdown, or click the Scan All Sites button to scan all sites. Now let's go over the dashboard widgets, which provide a quick way to monitor regression testing results. The MainWP Overview Page widget gives you a high-level summary of HTML changes across all connected sites, making it easy to spot major modifications at a glance. On individual child site overview pages, the regression testing widget shows the most recent change percentage, the target URL that was scanned, the chart of recent change percentages, and the last 2 scan timestamps. The regression testing add-on is a valuable tool for monitoring changes that might have unintended consequences after updates. With the ability to track HTML changes, CSS and JavaScript file modifications, you can make sure that your sites remain stable. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out one of other videos next.